Doctors recommend that you go for evening walks every day, or walk at least 10,000 steps per day to develop muscle and combat sarcopenia. However, until you practice these two workouts, you will not be able to grow muscle. Here is why. Walking every day becomes less effective as we get older, especially if you want to gain muscular mass. That's why all of your walking hasn't worked. There are many self-proclaimed nutritionists on social media today, telling you to eat this or that to gain muscle. While this suggestion appears innocent, it will not cure sarcopenia or develop muscle if you do not incorporate some exercises into your program. But this is when things get tough. Many seniors make the mistake of lifting large items or strolling alone. This is a bad mistake, because it exposes you to potentially fatal injuries that could keep you in the hospital for weeks, or worse, permanently confined to a wheelchair. So, in this video, I'll show you 2 simple home exercises that don't require any gym equipment, resistance bands, or anything else. Nonetheless, they are extremely helpful at building muscle. So effective that EMG studies reveal they can stimulate up to 90% of muscles during a workout. I'll start with the second best workout because it's the easiest and only requires a wall. Then I'll share the most beneficial workout, which has benefited thousands of my patients. Not only that, but I'll also share 3 exercises you might be doing right now that aren't beneficial for you, especially if you want to gain muscle and reverse muscle loss at your current age. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button right away. Let us start. Exercise 1. Wall push-ups. Let's talk about wall push-ups. When you walk, you use approximately 200 muscles. But here's the issue. You're just activating 20 to 30% of their potential. There is no serious pushback. No real challenge. Wall push-ups, on the other hand, work your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core muscles to 60–70% capacity. That's 3 times the muscular engagement. And for elders suffering from sarcopenia, the difference is critical. Because mild action, such as walking, does not stimulate muscular growth. They grow by being challenged, from having to adapt to resistance. This is what occurs. When you complete a wall push-up, you cause small tears in your muscle fibers. I understand that sounds horrible, but it's actually wonderful. During recuperation, such fibers do not just heal, they expand, they thicken, they return stronger. This is how muscle is built at any age, including at 90. Here's something shocking. Most seniors are unaware of wall push-ups. They cause something called mechanotransduction. When your muscle cells perceive the mechanical stress of a push-up, they send signals to your DNA to produce more protein and muscle tissue. In other words, wall push-ups work more than just your muscles. They basically tell your body to get muscle. For seniors who lose muscle mass each year, this is a game changer. A pioneering study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity tracked 150 adults aged 65 to 85 who did wall push-ups 3 times a week for 12 weeks. The results were fantastic. An average 31% increase in upper body strength and 2.3 pounds of lean muscular mass. The researchers were stunned. Lead researcher, we expected moderate gains, but what we saw was a complete reversal of age-related muscle atrophy. These individuals did not simply slow down sarcopenia. They reversed it. Do you know what's fascinating? The Hunza people of northern China, one of the world's oldest living communities, discovered push-ups purely by accident centuries ago. They were erecting stone walls around their terraced farms, and laborers would lean against them to relax between duties. One day, a farmer discovered that constantly pushing away from the wall made his labor easier and stronger. This basic action became part of their everyday practice and was passed down through generations. Today, Hunza seniors in their 80s and 90s continue to execute these wall exercises every morning, and they are noted for their exceptional strength and youthful energy even in old age. So, here's how to perform wall push-ups correctly. Face a wall, approximately an arm's length away. Place your palms flat against the wall at shoulder height, with fingers pointing upward. Your feet should be firmly planted on the ground, hip-width apart. Now, keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. This is vital. Do not allow your hips to droop or poke out. Slowly bend your elbows and lean toward the wall. Your elbows should be pointing slightly downward, not straight out to the sides. Lower yourself until your nose is almost touching the wall, then push back with control to straighten your arms. That is 1 repetition. Inhale as you lower yourself. Breathe out while pushing away. Begin with 8-10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, move further away from the wall to enhance the difficulty. If it is too difficult, move closer. Perform 3 sets, with a 1-minute rest between each. For optimal results, repeat this exercise 3 times per week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday work perfectly. This allows your muscles 48 hours to heal and grow in between workouts. You should feel your muscles moving, possibly even a mild burn. This is how you know it's functioning. Now, as I previously stated, there are some exercises you may be doing inadvertently that you should not be doing with wall push-ups, or at all, as they can be bad for you. I'll expose them later in the video. But if you're relying solely on wall push-ups to grow muscle, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It won't work. That's because wall push-ups only work the muscles in the upper body. Wall push-ups alone cannot help you build leg muscles. Leg muscles are very important as you age. Your legs carry and sustain you throughout your life. Without strong legs, you risk serious falls and accidents that could render you bedridden. That is why you must perform the following workout to have the optimum muscle-building outcomes. Exercise 2. Chair squats. Now, let's talk about chair squats. When you walk, your legs move. Sure, however, they only support your body weight in a vertical position with no effort. Your quadriceps, the powerful muscles in your thighs, are probably performing at about 25% capacity. And your glutes, the body's greatest muscular group, are scarcely engaged. That is why chair squats are beneficial for elders. Chair squats alter everything. They activate your quadriceps at 75% capacity, glutes at 80% capacity, and hamstrings and calves as well. This exercise focuses on your lower body muscles, which are responsible for your ability to stand up from a toilet, climb stairs, and live independently. For elders suffering from sarcopenia, leg strength involves more than just mobility. It is about dignity. It is about not needing someone to help you get out of a chair. It is about preventing falls, which take thousands of elderly people to hospitals every day. Most seniors are unaware of the following surprising fact regarding chair squats. They cause a large release of growth hormone and testosterone. Yes, including elderly folks. These are the hormones that helped your muscles grow when you were younger, and chair squats cause your body to create them again. Because this workout engages so many muscle groups, your body responds by flooding your system with muscle-building chemicals. A unique study published in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health followed 200 seniors aged 70 to 92 who did chair squats 4 times a week for 16 weeks. The results were amazing. Participants added an average of 3.7 pounds of lean leg muscle and cut their sit-to-stand time by 43%. Balance scores increased by 38%, and fall risk was reduced by half. Dr. Chen Wei, the study's primary investigator, remarked that they were surprised. Many of the patients who began the research with walkers were able to walk unassisted by week 10. Another blue zone in southern China is an ancient village in the Bama region where people live to be 100 years old. Legend has it that centuries ago, during a major flood, residents had to continuously lower themselves onto elevated platforms to escape rising waters, only to rise back up as the waters recede. This continual sitting and standing movements lasted for days. Following the floods, the elders observed something amazing. Their legs felt stronger now than they had in years. Many people no longer suffered from persistent knee discomfort. This movement got integrated into their daily routines. Even today, Bama centenarians do what they call platform breathing, which is essentially chair squats, every morning and evening. Visit Bama, and you'll witness 95-year-olds crouching in the garden, standing up with ease, their legs as strong as bamboo. This is exactly how to do chair squats. Find a firm, stable chair that will not slide or tip, and place it behind you. Stand directly in front of the chair, shoulder width apart, and toes pointed slightly outward. To maintain balance, extend your arms straight out in front of you at shoulder height. This is your starting position. Imagine you're about to sit down, but moving slowly. Begin lowering yourself by pushing your hips back, as if you were reaching for the chair behind you. Allow your knees to bend naturally as you descend, but keep them aligned with your toes, and never allow them cave in. Lower yourself so that your bottom barely touches the chair. The lightest contact imaginable. Do not collapse into it. When you feel contact, pause for a half second before driving through your heels, pressing your feet into the ground and standing back up. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Maintain an elevated chest throughout the exercise, with your eyes gazing straight ahead rather than down at the floor. Never put your weight on your toes. Instead, keep it in your heels and midfoot. To begin, do 10 to 12 repetitions. If you need to sit down in between repetitions, that's great. Perform 3 sets, with 90 seconds of rest between each. This exercise should be performed 4 times a week for maximum muscle growth and strength gains. Consider scheduling them on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The higher frequency compared to wall push-ups is deliberate, as your leg muscles recover faster and can take more frequent exercise. However, if you continue to practice the next 3 workouts I'm about to discuss, they will do nothing to help you grow muscle. The last one is really common, and I am almost positive you did it this week. After working with thousands of seniors who are experiencing muscle loss, examining dozens of exercise studies, and speaking with leading experts in muscle preservation, I've discovered the 3 most harmful exercises that seniors should avoid at all costs. Because, while wall push-ups and chair squats are great for gaining strength, there are some workouts that can negate their benefits and even put you at danger of injury. The number 1 activity you should never include in your schedule is sit-ups. Perform sit-ups and crunches. Walk into any gym or scroll on any fitness page, and you'll see them everywhere. It's likely the most popular core exercise on the planet. In fact, a 2023 poll found that 67% of fitness coaches advised sit-ups or crunches to elders as a way to burn visceral fat and increase core muscle. But here's something the gym bros don't tell you. Yes, sit-ups work your abdominal muscles, but each time you curl your spine forward, you compress them. For elders, this is an impending calamity. The repetitive flexion stresses your lower back, adds tension to your neck as you force your head forward, and provides essentially little functional strength for the motions you require in everyday life. When you injure your back or neck while doing sit-ups, you cannot exercise. That injury becomes a gateway to rapid muscle loss. According to the Global Burden of Disease study, roughly 23% of seniors worldwide who engage in unsupervised floor exercises, such as sit-ups and crunches, get back or neck injuries serious enough to require a 6-week break from their exercise routines. Here's the error that most seniors make. They believe more is better. They will perform 50 or 100 sit-ups every day, believing that volume equals results. What they don't realize is that their elderly spine cannot withstand the repetitive compression. Unlike younger people, whose discs can absorb and recover from stress, senior spines accrue microdamage with each repeat. Let me tell you about Michaela. She came to me at 73, frustrated and desperate. She'd been doing 40 sit-ups every morning for 8 months since her doctor advised her to strengthen her core. Her tummy had not moved, but that wasn't the worst part. She experienced significant lower back discomfort that spread down her left leg. Some mornings, she couldn't get out of bed without her husband's assistance. I instantly halted her sit-ups. We shifted to safer core workouts that wouldn't crush her spine. Her back pain subsided after 3 weeks. Within 2 months, it was completely gone. She regained the muscle she had lost and gained more. The second exercise you should entirely avoid is the behind-the-neck shoulder press. It appears in a wide range of fitness programs. It has been a standard workout since the golden age of bodybuilding. But here's the truth they aren't telling you. Yes, this movement activates your deltoids, which are your shoulder muscles. You'll undoubtedly feel them working. However, the position itself, pressing weight from behind your head, pulls your shoulder joint into excessive external rotation, which is uncomfortable. Worse, this position goes against the natural mechanics of how your shoulder was intended to move. This workout is mechanical torture for seniors whose shoulder joints have already worn down and whose rotator cuff tendons have shrunk and deteriorated over the years. When you injure your rotator cuff, every upper body action becomes painful. You cannot lift your arm to brush your hair. You cannot reach into a cabinet. You cannot do any muscle-building exercises. That injury does not only pain, it steals your ability to get stronger. The figures are worrisome. According to international orthopedic research, around 31% of seniors who undertake frequent behind-the-neck pushing actions get shoulder pain or rotator cuff injuries within the first year. Most of these injuries necessitate months of physical treatment. Some require surgical intervention. Let me tell you about Rob. At the age of 68, he arrived into my office with his right arm hanging limply at his side. He'd been attending to a local gym for a year, working with a trainer half his age who assigned him behind-the-neck presses with 15-pound dumbbells 3 times a week. Robert expressed the shoulder soreness after the first month, but his trainer told him it was typical and that his shoulders were just growing used to the job. So Robert continued going. By month 6, he was unable to sleep on his right side. By month 9, he was unable to raise his arm over his chest. When I examined him, his rotator cuff was torn, inflamed, and hardly functioning. We had to discontinue all upper body training for 3 months. He spent 3 months mending his shoulders while the rest of his upper body atrophied. He had intense physical therapy and acquired safer pressing exercises, including front presses with perfect form. It took him 8 months to train his shoulders again without pain. Today, at 71, Robert has restored the power he had before beginning those behind-the-neck presses, but he has lost nearly 2 years of potential advancement. He will never get those 2 years back. The final exercise you should entirely avoid is deep knee extensions. Deep knee extensions with the leg extension machine. It's the go-to workout in every commercial gym, the one machine that appears simple and safe. But here's what no one is explaining. Yes, your quadriceps muscles will fire during this exercise. When you extend your leg against opposition, in this seated position, you generate shearing force across the knee joint. And here comes the bitter irony. When your knees are broken, you are unable to perform any lower body exercises properly. Here's what senior citizens don't know. The leg extension machine was originally intended for the rehabilitation of specific knee ailments under the supervision of a physical therapist rather than general strength training. It was never intended to be used with big weights or high repetitions, by those with aging joints. However, gym workers rarely clarify this. If you want to grow muscle while avoiding injury, avoid these 3 workouts. Which of the following exercises have you been doing? Are you going to practice the 2 workouts I just mentioned to help you gain muscle? Finally, here's the reality about muscle building. Exercise alone will not help you gain muscle mass. Muscle building is made up of 80% food and 20% exercise. You can perform excellent wall push-ups and chair squats every day, but if you aren't feeding your muscles the protein they require to repair and grow, you're wasting your time, which is why I've prepared something special for you. I've developed a comprehensive high-protein diet plan exclusively for seniors who want to gain muscle and battle sarcopenia. This is not a generic diet plan. These 93-plus delicious, easy-to-prepare, high-protein dishes promote muscle building at any age. Every recipe is designed to offer you just what your muscles require to heal and develop after exercise. Breakfast, lunch, supper, and snacks. Everything is designed to help you gain muscular mass. If you want to combat sarcopenia and regain your power, you need this dietary plan. To receive instant access to all 93-plus recipes, simply click the link in the pinned comment below or check the description box right now. Here's something else. Tomorrow, I'll provide a video revealing the top 1 supplement that 90% of seniors are weak in. The deficiency that prevents your muscles from expanding regardless of how much you work out or how much protein you consume. This information has the potential to completely transform your life. But here's the deal. Only my subscribers will be notified when the video is available. If you're not a subscriber, you'll miss it. So hit the subscribe button right now, tap the notification bell, and get ready for tomorrow. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Now go do those 2 workouts, fuel your body properly, and watch your strength return. I will see you tomorrow.